And so we got Sir George Henry Savage, retards muscle atrophy, physical inactivity, whoa, neurasthenia, and which is another four-letter thing. Sir George Henry Savage. Let's look that up. Sir George Henry Savage. Where does that bring us? He's a physician, a prominent physician. So I guess he was one of the people part of the Virginia Woolf's group, or possibly her doctor. Drew private clientele from wealthy Connect. Virginia Woolf saw him intermittently. Okay, there it goes. She was one of his patients. Okay. So we know it's all something to do. I don't know how to say that. I really don't. I don't know how to. Did I spell it right? An ill-defined medical condition characterized by lassitude, fatigue, headache, and irritability. Assuming if I.
Neurasthenia.
Neurasthenia. There we go. Neurasthenia. Let's see what else we got. Physical inactivity retards. So what's this one? This is an ill-defined medical condition characterized by lassitude, fatigue, headache, and irritability associated chiefly with emotional disturbance. Neurasthenia. Neurasthenia is a term that was first used, at least as early as 1829, to label mechanical weakness of the actual nerves rather than the more metaphorical nerves referred to by George Miller Beard. Okay. Huh. So this is more physical. It's still psychiatry. Physical inactivity and shoot, what did I just do? I pressed something else. There's a new function that I didn't know about that I'm gonna have to look up later, but it retards muscle atrophy. How come I was given that name out of curiosity? Electrotherapy is the use of electrical energy. The term electrotherapy can apply to a variety of treatments. Great, now I have to look up Sir George Henry Savage because my thing is it electrotherapy? Served internship decades during the doctor mining company, met his wife. Shortly after wife's death, accepted an appointment as assistant in medical office. Co-founded. Here's this. I'm just looking at all the letters that we have here. Huh. I don't know. Okay, so we can come back to that later. Hopefully we can come back to it later. Am I not allowed to click? Okay.
As I struggled in the crowd, I watched my shadow race out from under my feet after the green light. A prim and mustached man spoke up beside me. "Lost your shadow, I see. Fear not. I shall find it." He cocked a brow and set off in the same direction. I pushed through the throngs of people, doing my best to keep up.
Okay, the narrator of the first collection of 12 is in fact not the sleuth himself. So the narrator should be Watson, I'm assuming. Assuming that's it. We have, let me spell out Watson for myself. And we have 4 to go through. So we have a singular W here. We have a singular A. Do we have a TS? We do. Okay, that was a simple one.
I was
Ventress?
lost in a crowd. Thousands of people were aflutter around me. Many had congregated on a dock, looking off at something in the distance, speaking in languages I could not understand. As I joined them, I saw a huge bronze woman holding a torch. Suddenly, a green speck flashed across my vision. I had never seen anything like it.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I think I remember this one. This is one of the more... I'm just curious. So, to a sorry few, the island symbolized only tears and heartbreak. To a sorry few, the island only symbolized tears and heartbreak. I don't remember the exact... Yeah, that wouldn't have brought me anything, but immigration to America. This one, I think it was I was using the help system. Island. Oh, what? Ellis Island? So let's look this up right now. Ellis Island in Upper New York Bay. That's the picture. Yeah, looks it. Was the gateway for over 12 million immigrants to the United States as the nation's busiest immigrant inspection station for over 60 years, from 1892 until 1954. The island was greatly expanded with land reclamation between 1892 and 1934. Before that, the smaller original island was the site of Fort Gibson and later a naval magazine. The island was made part of the Statue of Liberty National Monument in 1956 and has hosted a museum of immigration since 1990. Okay, so Ellis Island. This one I remembered from my last playthrough. This is just 3, so is double L an S? Okay, I was right. There was no double S either way, so...
The sleuth led me to a man sleeping against a tree. The green light, which I could now see to be a fairy, was buzzing about a book clutched in the sleeping man's hands. My shadow stood watching, dazzled by the spectacle. The sleuth revealed his logic. The man's rainbowed collection of stories tended to attract many an irksome creature. Startled by his voice, the fairy abandoned the book, and we watched it flutter back towards the docks. I turned to face the sleeper, only to see my shadow boarding a train car behind him. I leapt onto the train as the doors closed behind me.
Okay. I think this one I remember too. I was able to figure out myself. I'm just trying to retread the steps of which. I think these were one of the more recent ones I figured out. So I think... How did I figure this out last time? I would think it was... Fairy tale red, blue, green book? Was that what I did? Andrew Lang's Fairy Books. Okay, well anyway, this is the site that I'm pretty sure I put red, green book and maybe fairy tale or something like that, that sort of combination, but either way, it brought me to this. So we have bronze 12, and then we can affirm that that's what it is because the blue book had bronze rings, which is what the picture was. The red book had the 12 dancing princesses, which says 12 there. And so the green book, I'm assuming, is it just the first? The green book had the blue bird. And actually, if we listen to the
sleuth led me to a man sleeping against a tree. The green light, which I could now see to be a fairy, was buzzing about a book clutched in the sleeping man's hands. My shadow stood watching, dazzled by the spectacle. The sleuth revealed his logic. The man's rainbowed collection of stories tended to attract many an irksome creature. Startled by his voice, the fairy abandoned the book, and we watched it flutter back towards the docks. I turned to face the sleeper, only to see my shadow boarding a train car behind him. I leapt onto the train as the doors closed behind me.
Okay, so I'm writing in Bluebird. That was it. And this is as far as I got. What in the world? Those are numbers. George, first edition. Oh, what's happening here? I realized I got rid of my immigration stations, all that stuff. So let's look up Ellis Island again. And what was the other one? George Nunes Ltd. George Nunes Ltd. And that was that give us, I spelled it wrong. Sir George Nunes was an English publisher and editor and the founding father of popular journalism. His company, George Nunes, continued publishing groundbreaking consumer magazines. What's his connection to Sherlock? Out of curiosity. Arguably, his best-known publication was The Strand magazine, begun in 1891, in which Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was first able to publish his Sherlock Holmes mysteries. Okay. So, first edition. So George Nunes with Immigration Station and the first edition? Oh, let's look at his career then, I guess. Began publishing when he founded Titbits, interesting name, as a direct response to Elementary Education Act 1870, which introduced education for children aged 5 to 12 and hence produced a new young generation able to read. The magazine was published in Manchester. He funded the magazine by opening a vegetarian restaurant in Manchester. The addition of competitions increased the readership of periodical, and in 1884 moved publication to London. Best known for Strand magazine in 1891, his business publishing was formed into a company that bore his name. The company was reconstructed in 1897 with a capital of blah blah pounds. Politically, Nunes was liberal and refounded the Westminster Gazette to support the party when the Pall Mall Gazette became a unionist paper. In 1885, he was elected member of parliament. Just trying to see if there's anything. Provided the Silver Cup for Nunes Trophies series of chess matches between Great Britain and the United States. I'm not sure if that's anything. These parts I find really hard just because I don't know what to do with them. And they're numbers too. First editions. Is there anything here? Immigration, excuse me, I'm gonna hiccup the entire time here. So what does a publication company have to do with an immigration station? Castle Garden. After the Immigration Act of 1924 was passed. Oh, so sorry, I should also check. We're looking for 3 numbers here. So my question is it a year? If it's 3 numbers, because we have 18, which is a possibility, and there will be 2 individual numbers. With a lot of 3s, we have a 0, we have a 6 and a 5, and a 2. When When was the first magazine here? Strand magazine. That's 1891. Again, no idea what that has to do with. Let's try that. 1890. Oh, do we even have a 1? No, we have an 1892, but we don't have a... Oh, that was it. 1892. New content has been unlocked. Okay, and it's going to bring us up. Oak Valley. Dr. Martha Collingwood, parasomnia specialist. Okay. The Martha Collingwood, Oak Valley Sleep Disorder Center. A sleep disorder. Sleep disorder. Sleep disorder. Sorry, I was hoping, I was like, maybe this is insomnia? Just because, like, it talked about fatigue or stuff like that, but I don't see it. Maybe that's what we're looking for, a specific type of disorder. That could possibly be it. But, okay, either way. So Martha Collingwood, parasomnia specialist. A treatment goal: symptoms of parasomnias will be significantly reduced and will no longer interfere with patient's regular sleep cycle or her overall mental health. This will be measured by a score of 5 or below on the Pittsburgh Sleep Quality Index at the time of discharge. Anticipated treatment duration is 3 months. Sleep clinic impressions: patient continues to exhibit parasomnias, although treatment has begun to lessen effects of nocturnal paroxysmal dystonia and night terrors. Physically, patients suffer from exhaustion, emaciation, and malnutrition. Although patient is making steady recovery from malnutrition since IV injections began last week, but is still severely underweight. RBC has not, red blood cell count I'm assuming, has not increased since previous tests and remains low. Behavioral impressions: patient has responded positively to Glasswick technique and reports a distinct positive change in her mental state while dreaming and upon waking. Patient is comfortable with levels of test and eager to continue treatment, but still complains that dreams affect her ability to rest effectively. Mood and behavior reflect during sessions, as patient was slow to respond to questions and seemed spaced and tired. Dream assessment: patient appears obsessed with her shadow self, possible Jungian, I think. I don't think we pronounce it with the J sound. Shadow aspect symbolizing the fear and hatred of herself. There may also be connections to her earlier dreams, specifically the Peter Pan image, which has manifested as the Green Fairy. Much of the imagery is taken from fictional sources, all seemingly connected to the late 19th century. Possible sense of nostalgia for an earlier time or wish to return to a past childhood trauma. Fictional nature of imagery could also relate to desire to escape reality, which enforces the past trauma angle. Planned continued self-administered Glasswick technique: once daily, continued twice daily, parenteral. Nutrition via IV injection with current formula, continued medication doses, and daily dream analysis and psychotherapy. Danger to self or others: no, yet patients still need a clear supervision to ensure parenteral nutrition is properly administered. A treatment rendered today: dream analysis of recurring dream imagery, discussion of correct use of Glasswick technique, discussion of continued parasomnias and mental strains of lack of quality sleep. Okay. Still don't know what that is, so oopsies. We're gonna back out of that. Does the bed have anything to do with it? mean, that's his time. I don't know if that's anything specific. Physical inactivity, which is sleep. Neurasthenia, which is something to do with nerves. We have, which I'm assuming muscles. I think the main connection I have to start from is Sir George Henry. So look away from the Wikipedia page and see if I can find any more information on this guy. Because I'm assuming this is either a specific condition that he treated, or maybe he was a treatment he administered towards his patients. Well, let's back away from this and head here.
Looking outside, I saw that the sea of immigrants had given way to an ocean of amber wheat as the train surged forward. From beneath great piles of hay, a gravely voice rumbled, "Welcome to America's Kansas." Not sure if there's another, but this is America's. Tentatively, I asked, "Where does this train go, sir?" He rose from the hay and revealed himself as a mighty and regal lion. "Why," he said, "only to the best damn resort town west of the Rockies."
So it's a train line, no longer in use train line. American train lines. Oops. What am I looking at? This one here? Okay, so American train lines defunct. List, okay, list of defunct. Now, sorry, where is this? Now she says something about Kansas.
Looking outside, I saw that the sea of immigrants had given way to an ocean of amber wheat as the train surged forward. From beneath great piles of hay, a gravely voice rumbled, "Welcome to America's Kansas." Not sure if there's another, but this is America's. Tentatively, I asked, "Where does this train go, sir?" He rose from the hay and revealed himself as a mighty and regal lion. "Why," he said, "only to the best damn resort town west of the Rockies."
Actually, I think I might remember this one. No, I just wonder. Rail trail. List of heritage railroads. Kansas. Let's start with Kansas, maybe. Nope, that's not it. I don't think this is the way to go. It's Canadian. I'm not looking up Canada here. Oh, this is all of North America. Sorry, let's bring up the maps Google dot. Well, I shouldn't say. Okay. So we have, what is the image here? Texas is here, so it runs from Kansas to New Mexico. Kansas to New Mexico. Kansas, defunct train lines, Kansas to Mexico? Did I spell Kansas wrong? I did. Okay. The ATSF. So let's try that. So ATSF. Awesome. 222 South Raymond Avenue. Okay.
I was let off the train at the last stop and was surprised to see a noon sun on an empty street. The whole town appeared to be deserted, with the exception of a flock of green parrots gathered on an increasing number of buildings. Their black eyes tracked my every step, and they seemed to mumble and whisper. The shadow of a bridge darkened the street ahead of me. My stomach knotted, and I was filled with an overwhelming sense of dread as I gazed up into the eyes of a great bird perched on the railing of the bridge.
Okay, what's this? Now I just need to look up what... Okay, this is here and here, so we have... Native to southern Texas, Mexico, and California. Oh, I accidentally deleted my A. But I think I got the parrot species in California may rival. Okay, do we have a specific name for this species? It looks like it. Just look at the image there. I think that's it. Now, the red-crowned parrot. Let's see, we have 4. Oh, hello. Red. Ooh. Oh no, wait, sorry. I thought we only had 3, so... Red, there's a W and an N. Red-crowned parrot, there you go. It's probably because I'm like slightly remembering.
I felt drawn to the ominous bird. Once I joined it at the edge of the bridge, the bird began speaking with 3 distinct female voices. First, she asked who I was, a question I had no answer to. I felt incomplete, as if my existence were a word on the tip of my tongue. She asked me where I was, a challenge hidden in her voice. A dream, I said with false conviction. I could hear her beak clicking in disappointment. The bird asked me if I could fly, and suddenly I was thrown over the railing. Turning in the air, shocked, I saw my shadow peering down at me. There was no dark bird. I took a breath.
Okay, so this one was interesting because I actually remember this one very, very well. So I think the first thing I typed up was suicide bridge because I instantly recognized dead end, the gun. This is the dead man tarot card. And so I thought I was looking for the name of the bridge. So the entire time I was attempting to find the image of the suicide bridge, which I believe was it the Charleston Bridge? Is this it? Or History of Colorado? Sorry, Colorado Bridge. I think that's the same one. Maybe. But turns out the word is suicide itself. So, suicide. Okay. So, what the? Simpsons, Gardenland and Bird Farm, Colorado Street Bridge, 222 South Raymond Avenue. Let's look that up. 222 South Raymond Avenue. What is that? I'm assuming it's California. Simpsons. And so it's a 4-letter word. Colorado Street Bridge. Also in Pasadena, California. This is Pasadena, California. Simpsons, Gardenland, and Bird Farm. also in Pasadena. I'm going to write that down just because that's not one that I'm going to remember off the top, or at least I need to see it in order to have a better understanding. So, well, no, I see we have a few. Question is, can we make Pasadena, which I don't think we can, looks like, unless we're trying to spell out California, since everything is also in California. Just look at all the words that we have here. So I don't think it's Pasadena, because I see PA, and this is a 4-letter sequence. PA, do we have an SA? No, so it's not Pasadena. Oh no, wait, SA. PA, SA. Maybe this is it. PA, SA, DE. Spoke too soon. This is probably it then. Pasadena. Okay. Now the question. Oh, new artifact. Let's look this up. Is this the same one, or is it something different? No, it's a different one, because this is a different page. This is entry. It's 545. Does it give a date? I don't think so. It just says entry ID. So this is a different one entirely. Same time, but the entry ID is 9L. So symptoms of parasomnia will begin significantly reduced, and it will no longer interfere with patient's regular sleep cycle or her overall mental health. This will be measured by a score of 5 below Pittsburgh sleep quality. Sorry, I'm just trying to, like, I'm starting to lose my voice here, so I'm trying to, let's see, treatment has begun to lessen effect on nocturnal paroxysmal dystonia, night terrors, and sleep paralysis, yet other parasomnia persists. Exhaustion continues to affect patient, although her malnutrition has lessened since IV injection began at start of treatment. Still underweight. Red blood count has dropped since previous tests, and white blood cell count levels are normal. Signs of infections. Patient appears withdrawn and flat, likely due to exhaustion. However, she expressed a clear desire to continue treatment and repeatedly mentioned her gratitude to me and other doctors at the clinic. Certain aspects of patient's dream imagery appears normal for her stage of recovery, while others are irregular. She shows a clear desire for destination, with many images relating to movement, train, bird, bridge, path, etc., likely a manifestation of her mind's journey towards recovery. Patient's obsession with her shadow continues, showing a consistency between dreams expected at this stage. As she becomes more conscious of the process, her lucidity manifested itself clearly when she vocalized her place within the dream. However, the patient's vulnerability while in a lucid state being pushed from the bridge is uncommon and worrisome. This could be an early sign of an adverse reaction to the glasswick technique. Continued self-administered glasswick technique once daily, continued twice daily. Danger self, no. Dream analysis of current stage of process, discussion of trust levels and gratitude between patient and clinic doctors, monitoring of continued levels of exhaustion. Okay, and with that, we're left with this one. Is it? Oh, for some reason, it's like, is it depression? Is it? I really don't know that one. Now, I saw that there's still something else. Something else was glowing here. Let me back up once again. Something else was glowing here, which I'm going to assume is a new area. I'm assuming once we complete this one, it'll allow us to open this up to that.
A card has been revealed to you. the meaning of the card may be important in the waking world.
Obsession. Dark fear infects her hidden... Okay. Obsession. Dark fears infects her hidden aspect. Oh. Okay, so that is... And it's a 3-letter thing. Obsession. Dark fears infect her hidden aspect. Okay, so this is something... That's to solve something. Yeah. I'm gonna cut it down here. I really don't know. Sir George Henry Savage. That'll be simpler. Obsession. And everyone's on the boat. Obsession. There's a triangle. Deep fears infect her hidden aspects. Obsession. Deep fears. Obsessive compulsive. There's a lot of obsessive compulsive, but... Oh no. That's not what I meant to do. Deep dark fears. It gives us for a TV show. Not quite what I'm looking for. A Tumblr page. Okay, we have obsession. People traveling on a boat. Dark fears infect her hidden aspects. Let's see if I can... Dark fears infect her hidden aspects. No, that didn't give me anything either. Unfortunately, So I think next time I'm going to have to come back and try to use this hint system. Because I'm not getting it today. I've been recording for 2 hours, and either way it's good because my voice is actually starting to run out. I just really wish I knew what this could be. Neurasthenia? I don't know what this image is. It's like obsession, traveling on boats. There's a triangle on top. Like, I don't quite know. This is not something I've come across before, so I don't know how I don't understand the clues it's giving me. Dark fears infects her hidden aspect. Obsession. Obsession and like traveling. Obsession, traveling to somewhere. I don't know. Obsession to travel. It's not quite what I'm looking for. Okay. Yeah, so I don't quite know. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to end this set here, or unless maybe this actually becomes midway between a set, depending of how this all cuts up. So thank you for liking if you like, thank you for commenting if you commented, thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, thank you for favoriting if you favorited, and thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys, see ya!